From the monstrous bloater to a deathly foreshadowing, the new Last of Us episode was full of Easter eggs and hidden details. For example, how Edelstein foreshadowed Henry's fate. The opening of The Last of Us episode 5 takes viewers on a heart-wrenching journey through Henry and Sam's past experiences. One especially shocking moment occurs when they find themselves holed up in an attic with none other than Edelstein, the very same doctor that Kathleen was interrogating in episode 4. As if that's not surprising enough, Henry shares his plan to escape from Kansas City using underground tunnels. Edelstein responds in a tone that's chillingly casual. Tunnels? Why go to the trouble? You can kill yourself right here.
Tunnels? Why go to the trouble? You can kill yourself right here.
20 cans and 6 pounds of jerky for the 3 of us.
Now, this might seem like a simple, offhand comment, but in hindsight, it takes on a much darker significance. Fans may not have noticed it at the time, but this sly comment was actually a foreshadowing of the tragic fate that awaited Henry in the end. A fate that left me, and I'm sure many other viewers, reeling in shock and disbelief. As the full extent of Edelstein's words sinks in, it's impossible not to be struck by the eerie sense of foreboding that they carry, and the profound impact they have on the story as a whole. But that's not the only Easter egg involving Henry and his brother, because their guns call back to the previous episode. In episode 5, Henry drops a bombshell on Edelstein.
Ammunition?
Empty.
Yeah, so's mine.
We weren't shooting our way out of this anyway.
No. So we'll sneak our way out.
They're fresh out of ammo. At first, this might not seem like a big deal. After all, guns without bullets are pretty useless, right? But hold up, because this seemingly innocuous detail is actually a clever callback to the end of episode 4. In that final scene, fans saw Henry and Sam creeping up on Joel and Ellie, guns at the ready. Sam aims at Joel.
Joel. Joel!
But some eagle-eyed fans noticed how his revolver was empty the entire time. I don't know about you, but this moment had me on the edge of my seat. Fast forward to episode 5, and now we finally got the answer. It turns out that the reason Sam's gun was empty in episode 4 is that Henry and Sam were already out of ammo by that point. Talk about a clever bit of foreshadowing. The Last of Us writers never fail to impress with their attention to detail. The latest connection is just one more example of how their storytelling skills are second to none. And honestly, it's one of the reasons why this is becoming my favorite show of the season. But we are just getting started when it comes to the Easter eggs, because the episode also features the first usage of the Clicker name. Believe it or not, despite the frequent use of the name Clicker in the original game, the HBO adaptation of The Last of Us has avoided using that term in the first 4 episodes. However, in a dramatic turn of events, episode 5 has finally broken that silence. In a scene where Henry, Joel, and Ellie were discussing their plan to escape Kansas City, Ellie casually referred to their earlier encounter with the infected. And just when the viewers thought they've heard it all, Henry's response completely caught everyone off guard. With an astonishing expression on his face, he blurted out, "Wait, you ran into a clicker?" Making it the first time the HBO series ever used the term. Phew, I was almost getting scared they'd forgotten to mention the literal name of the thing that everyone in the show is so scared of. That said, the next Easter egg isn't nearly as obvious, because it references a hidden story from the game. As Joel, Ellie, Henry, and Sam venture into the underground levels of Kansas City, viewers are treated to a visual treat of references to the beloved video game. But the surprises don't end there, as the gang discovers an underground bunker. It becomes a apparent that the episode is charting an entirely unseen storyline from the original game, much to the shock and awe of fans. Interestingly, the episode also alludes to a mysterious survivor named Ish through a plethora of intriguing collectibles. Just like in the game, some of these include things like the castle paintings. While underground, the gang stumbles upon a peculiar door to a room. The door's exterior is painted to resemble the entrance of a castle, a design choice that Game Freak will immediately recognize as an allusion to Ish's story. But it doesn't stop there. Sam, who is shown a keen artistic eye throughout the episode, takes a liking to the painting, leaving viewers to wonder what other surprises lay in store for them. This artistic detail is a direct reference to the same door in the game, which is also painted to look like a fortress drawbridge. But that's not even the final part of this Easter egg, because Joel also views Ish's drawings in the episode. When Joel explores the underground bunker, he stumbles upon a child's drawing. The drawing features two characters named Danny and Ish, both dressed in riot gear and armed with weapons. Along with the drawing, the phrase, "Our protectors," is written below. This overt reference to Ish is an exact replica of a collectible found in the original game, further solidifying the episode's nods to the game's storyline. I'm sure fans of the game were jumping at how accurate of an Easter egg this was, especially with how some of them felt like Bill and Frank's storyline was changed a bit too much in episode 3. The underground room had yet another Easter egg, and that's the Savage Starlight comic book. Sam discovers a comic book while in the bunker called Savage Starlight lying on the ground. This comic book is a recurring collectible found throughout the original video game, and Ellie is an avid fan who knows all the characters and stories. The show references this by showing Ellie and Sam getting excited about the comic and bonding over their shared enthusiasm for it. This was definitely one of the most heartwarming moments of the show. The inclusion of this Easter egg adds a fun and nostalgic touch for fans of the game, as they recognize the comic and its significance to the story. There's another interesting tidbit about this comic though, the fact that its motto holds two hidden meanings. Ellie recites the motto of the Savage Starlight character, while Sam translates it into sign language. The phrase, "to the edge of the universe and back, endure and survive," has two layers of meaning. Firstly, it's a reference to the original game, where Ellie says the same words to Joel after finding one of the comics. This moment was a significant turning point in their relationship, as Joel begins to open up and connect with Ellie on a deeper level. I really can't wait to see their relationship develop over the course of the series. But that's not all you should be looking forward to. The phrase also relates to the title of The Last of Us Episode 5, Endure and Survive. This title is a nod to the game's tagline, "Survive together or die alone." Both the phrase and the episode title capture the central themes of the game and show. The characters must endure and persist in a harsh world in order to survive, and they must rely on each other to do so. The use of sign language in the scene also highlights the importance of communication and the bonds of trust and friendship that can form even in the most difficult circumstances. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the Easter eggs seen in the 5th episode of The Last of Us? See you in the next one.